Bonjour, my name is Bertrand from My Private Paris, a boutique agency specialized in custom tours and tailored itineraries. 10 years ago, I started giving tours in Paris, and it's been an amazing journey since then. In 2015, with other local guides, we created our own company, My Private Paris, with one single promise: experience Paris with the finest local guides. Check us out on myprivateparis.com. We'll help you plan your next trip to Paris. Voilà! Today I want to share with you the most important information about the Louvre Museum, the most famous museum in the world with the Mona Lisa and amazing art pieces, but quite an overwhelming place if you don't know so much about how to go there, what to see, when to go, and how to enjoy the most your time at the Louvre. It's quite an amazing place, so best be prepared to enjoy it very well. And if you want to feel like Beyoncé at the Louvre, I'll give you all the secrets to have the perfect photo moment in the museum. But let's get started with one question. What's so hard about the Louvre? What's this place about? Well, first of all, the Louvre is the world's biggest museum. Whether it's by its size, by the number of people who visit it, by the number of art pieces you can see there, there's no equal for the Louvre. Second, the Louvre used to be the royal palace in France. It's where kings like St. Louis, Louis XIV, or an emperor like Napoleon have lived and ruled over France. It's just gigantic now. Over 10 miles of corridors you have to walk to cover the entire site, with 38,000 minimum pieces to see on one day. But the Louvre is also a great site with the luxuriant Tuileries garden that is just outside of it. It covers nearly 65 acres of ground and has amazing restaurants for having a picnic or a crêpe, you name it, beautiful marble statues, and 2 other museums, one dedicated to the work by Claude Monet, known as the Orangerie. Hot tip for you, how to get inside the Louvre: there are actually 3 entrances. Number 1, by the Glass Pyramid. Number 2, by the Richelieu Passage, which is on the side where guides have specific access. Number 3, underneath the Glass Pyramid, with what we call the Louvre Carousel. In any case, the fastest way to get into the Louvre is to book your ticket in advance. Right, now you're there and inside, I want to share 5 amazing itineraries for you guys to visit the place. Let's start with an express tour for about an hour and a half. With that, you will cover the Venus de Milo, the Winged Victory of Samothrace, the Mona Lisa, of course, the coronation of Napoleon, and also the Apollo Gallery. These are really the must-sees. A second tour, I'll call it a highlights. Add to the first tour a few other pieces, such as the medieval moat, where you can actually walk underneath the level of the surface and discover what the Louvre was in the Middle Ages, and 2 other great paintings, The Raft of the Medusa by Géricault and Liberty Leading the People, perhaps the most famous French painting by Delacroix. If you guys feel like spending a bit more time at the Louvre, you can include more masterpieces to this highlight tour. So let's add up a bit. Going to the other side of the museum, you will find amazing archaeological treasures, such as the Hammurabi Code, which is the oldest piece of law ever written, or at least that we found. But also the human-headed bulls of King Sargon II, an amazing experience where you feel you're walking through a Babylonian temple. I would add to that the 2 courtyards with the French marble statues, the Cour Puget and the Cour Marly, where you will find original marble statues that once populated the gardens of Versailles. And last but not least, Napoleon Interiors, an amazing apartment with gilded ceilings, beautiful marquetries, and amazing furniture, as if the place was left just yesterday. If you guys have been to the Louvre before, or are more interested in hidden treasures of the museum, here's my itinerary. It will take about 2 hours. Go to the Richelieu section of the museum, and amazing paintings from Flemish painters are waiting for you. Rembrandt, many self-portraits of the painter, but also Vermeer, beautiful, amazing, small paintings like the Lace Maker or the Astronauts, but also fine French furniture from the 1700s, royal class, including the very set for picnic for Queen Mary Antoinette. Amazing. What about also getting to the Egyptian section and see a true Egyptian mummy and the recreation of an Egyptian tomb as if you were there? And one of my favorite painter, the Italian master Caravaggio, where you will see in the other section of the Louvre, in the Grande Galerie. That will make a really cool 2-hour itinerary without any crowd. Alright, one last itinerary. This is the hardcore one. I call it the extensive itinerary. It's over 2 days. Visit 3 divisions of the museum per day. On day 1, I'll do the Italian Renaissance painting, including the Mona Lisa and other masterpieces, the French grand format, like the Delacroix, Géricault, or David coronation of Napoleon, and also the Roman and Greek antique department, with a lot of great sculpture, such as Venus de Milo or the Winged Victory of Samothrace. That's good for a day. On day 2, I would spend the second day on the other side of the museum, in the Richelieu side, where you will find Near Eastern antique treasures, but also Art Deco or fine French furnitures, all the way from the 16th to the 1800s. And last, the Egyptian Museum within the Louvre, which is also quite a place to visit. Alright, another question now. When to visit the Louvre to enjoy it in the best possible way? 3 options for me. Obviously, mornings are great if you are first in the place. It opens at 9 a.m, so book your tickets in advance. You can get an entrance time at 9 or 9:15 a.m. That's great. If you can't get an early entrance into the museum, once again, lunchtime is always a good moment because big groups are usually somewhere else at that time. And third option would be to be last in the museum. So it closes by 6 p.m. So if you get there by 4:30, you will have a great hour and a half almost on your own in the museum. Oh, also, there are evening sessions at the Louvre. On Wednesdays and Fridays, it closes at 9:45 p.m. So these are great moments to enjoy the Louvre without the crowds. Please note that the Louvre is closed on Tuesdays, so the busiest day are the one before the one after. Monday, Wednesdays are not so great. Best is to go towards the end of the week, and Sundays are actually not so popular at the Louvre. Alright guys, here are some fun facts about the Louvre now to make you want to go there. Alright, let's get started. Did you know that the Louvre has been under continuous construction since it started in 1190? We always add up things to the Louvre. One of the most famous is now the Glass Pyramid, but we continue adding sections. Even build other Louvre Museum outside of Paris. Last one was in Abu Dhabi. The actual museum within the Louvre was created during the French Revolution. Actually, all of what was the king's possessions before, including his paintings, his artwork, became national property. So the Louvre is a national museum that belongs to all French people, like me. Now, one thing about Mona Lisa and her smile, she actually has to smile to 20,000 people each and every single day. So that's quite a lot of smiles to give. By the way, most people don't even know why she's so famous. She actually became a superstar after she was stolen in 1911. But that's for another video. If you get hungry at the Louvre, there are 3 restaurants. Café Marly, which is actually outside but gives you great views to the Marly courtyards with all the sculptures. The Café Benoît, it's actually in the basement of the Louvre, but maybe has the best food. And the Angelina Café, very famous for its chocolate dessert with an incredible view of the whole courtyard and the Glass Pyramid. Maybe that's the best place. Well, talking about numbers, there's actually 2 museums within the building of the Louvre. The Louvre Museum, everybody know about, but also the Art Deco Museum, where you won't find hardly anyone, even though they are amazing treasures of fine art, including exceptional pieces of furniture and design from the old times to modern days. It's a really cool place. I told you, the Louvre is a very popular place. Last year, almost 10 million people visited the place. But with all the information I've given you, for sure you'll have a great time there. You know when to go, you know what to see, you know how to arrange your schedule. Oh, I forgot, I have to share a few more secrets with you. So get ready for unique ways to treat yourself at the Louvre, Beyoncé style. the museum doesn't really close when it closes. You can actually treat yourself to a night in the museum on your own in the Louvre. That's worth quite a lot of money, but it's a unique way to spend it, right? There are also many art classes or treasure hunts for the kids in the Louvre. There are so many rooms no one ever visits that it's really great for kids to run and for artists to start sketching and painting like the grandmasters. And last but not least, the Louvre on its website has created a Beyoncé and Jay-Z itinerary. You can download it and follow step by step and find all the pieces in their great video clip. Voila guys, that's all for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Also, let us know in the comments if you still have more questions about the Louvre or if you'd like to hear more secrets and stories about Paris. We're here for you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get notification for new videos. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We post really beautiful photos and cool stories almost every day. And remember, check our website, myprivateparis.com, and you can book a free one-on-one trip planning consultation with one of our experts. Au revoir, à bientôt!